Well, g'day everybody, and welcome back to the Camera Life podcast. This is the Random Photography Show. It is Monday, the 13th of July, and we are beaming to your eyeballs and earballs live from Victoria, Australia.
But we're
and joining me in the Bendigo office is the boss, Justin. How are you, mate?
I'm good. I had a great day. I'm very busy, but I'm good. It's like busy. That's good. Yeah. It might turn into busy bad, but at the moment it's busy good. We'll just see how it goes.
Yeah. All right. Well, don't overdo it because I know you're not used to working so hard.
No,
we both had busy days.
Yeah. What did you do?
I did a lot. I've got big news to share, and you've got news to share. Big news. We've got stuff to get to. But yeah, we both seem to be very busy at the moment. Plus, we're still doing all the BFOP workshop instructor spotlight series interviews.
That's right.
They kick off again tomorrow morning. We're starting off with Joel Elston at 8 a.m.
Oh, really? Oh,
sorry.
I should be. I'll talk to you about that offline. There's a couple.
Okay.
I can't make it to. No, tomorrow I'll be there. But Wednesday, I think I've got a shoot in Melbourne on Wednesday. So, which is one of the things that's making me busy.
I bet.
But yeah, it's good. Oh, you know what I made time for today though?
What?
Because I tried to make that commitment that I'm going to show images on the podcast again every week. I'm going to try and curate them down into a bit of a set depending on what it is, which is what we try and do. And I'll print one out. Actually, I'll press print now on the show just so it's ready for later.
Okay.
If that'll work. Come on, Canon. Can you do it?
Oh, I found an image that I think I'd like you to print. I'll have to send it through eventually.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Send me. I'll print it on the show next week.
All right.
Print it live.
Hey.
It's been
we'll just point a camera at it and just watch it slowly come out.
I could do that. Have a little print cam.
You need a print cam.
A print cam. It's been giving me grief. It's been smudging things and stuff, and I don't know. I need to get onto the Canon people, get them to help me out. They've been helpful so far. I just need to give them some more information about the specific issues. But it's been doing weird stuff. Anyway.
What is it with printers? Like even home office printers are just batshit crazy. They're just
so complicated. I mean, I understand with this one particularly because it's got whatever it is, 12 or 13 inks or something, and it's everything's highly calibrated and perfect. And I understand that things can go wrong. But yeah, I don't understand why your average $250 home office black and white printer can have so much trouble. That makes no sense.
You know what I think it is? I think it's a hate crime because it knows that we have made printers, office printers, the poster child of our disposable society. Throw away, You buy a printer for $100, it costs you $120 to get the ink, so you might as well just buy another brand new printer that comes with inks. I don't think
it's like paying back? It's like payback for being
I think it's angry.
As disposable?
I think the printer community out there is very angry with us. And so it's going, well, you know what, screw you, Wi-Fi problems, buffering problems. It just keeps happening.
Understandable.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the Camera Life podcast. It is the Random Photography Show. So stick around, folks. We've got a lot to get through. Justin's got news. I've got news. We've got all of the news from the past week. Not our news, but the camera news, the industry news.
The actual news.
The actual news. Yeah. We've got some images to show you right off the bat in place of a ad read, but I think the images will do the job for us. And of course, we're here to look at your images. All the while, Justin is setting up a print camera. I think we need print cam. I think we just need to make it like you just flick to it every now and then. Like in sports, they have like a weird camera mount somewhere.
You can see it. How come everything's reversed? It's there. You can see it here. At some point, see it?
Oh, I just do.
Watch the paper. No, it's going to take a while.
Yeah, I did see it drop down. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, we don't have print cam. I'll get it set up.
All right.
But yeah, so that's one of my did I say? That's one of my Lake Tyrrell images.
Great.
Edited a little set. So we'll go through that later in the show at some stage.
Awesome. And of course, we'll look at everyone else's images. Speaking of everyone else, should we say good day to some people before we kick off with the ad read?
Absolutely. Philip Johnson here first, as always. Evening all. Happy Monday. says, big news, Greg gets Fujifilm ambassador status. Is that what happened, Greg?
No.
Bang.
That's second on my list.
Okay. Dennis Smith, School of Light, says, evening legends, big news indeed. Richard Mail, am I pronouncing that right? Mail? Hi all, looking forward to a great show. Well, good to have you here.
Richard.
John Latimer is here. Evening all, massive weekend and a great way to end the day. Oh, what did you do this weekend, John?
He's been busy.
Paul is here. Aussie Park Barbies is here. Good to see you.
Hey.
We should celebrate with a Barbie. We should. It's a bit cold outside, but yeah, it's always good for a Barbie. Mark Bluetooth, long time no see. Why, hello.
G'day, mate.
Chris Nielsen, good evening. Tin Type Man is here. Says, evening all. Major success in the Tin Type Man studio today. I successfully fired 14,400 watts of flash simultaneously without blowing all the fuses at home or browning out the area. Well done.
Wow.
That
Nice work.
Can you see? Do you wear sunglasses when you fire that bad boy off?
I know. So you wear one of those suits with the gloves and the...
I'm just
Yeah.
imagine your
That
hair
sounds
getting
crazy.
blown back when you
Yeah.
like. Remember, what was it? Young Einstein. Remember that?
Young,
movie?
I just thought of Young Einstein. I thought, I
Yeah.
won't say it. No one's going to know that.
Oh, I know.
That's a great music. Every now and then I put on the Hoodoo Gurus and just listen to that soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's just core Aussie, you know?
Yeah. Yep. For those of you in other countries like the United States, you won't know what we're talking about. But Google Young Einstein. You'll see it.
The movie.
Lucinda, good to see you. David Skinner. Greg Carrick says he's here to learn from the greats. I don't know who that is. Have we got any greats coming on tonight?
I don't think so.
No.
Just you and me, boss.
Sorry. You might have to go through our back catalogue, Greg, and see who you can find. David Leparati, good evening. Shamit Shah, John Pickett. Kanga.
G'day, Kanga.
Kanga PK in
That's Peter
Chesterton.
from Like a
Yeah,
Night.
but was it the same username last time or is it different?
I don't know
it's
that it
different.
showed the username like that last time. Anyway, I don't know.
Either way, good to see you. Lisa Leach, Nev Clark. Greg Carrick says the big news is that you're pregnant, Greg. Is that it?
I'm pregnant.
Well, he said you're. I couldn't. I don't know. Could be either.
Maybe it means both of us. Maybe we're sharing a baby.
Could be.
Maybe it's a custody thing.
Parabellum, Nathan CCP. Good to see you. Greg Stuffings, Phil Thompson. Gosh, everyone's in the house tonight.
I know they are.
Lisa Leach, if I haven't already said you, good evening. John Latimer is offering some help. If I need any troubleshooting, send me a DM. I battle with 4 big printers on a weekly basis. Oof.
Oof.
Yes. Well, the last thing you need is my additional problems and my lack of skills. Jay Shani, otherwise known as Jason Hannigan. I'll bring that up in 1 second. He sent some images in today. Fermi.
You did.
Samantha Olsen, can't wait to return to Sydney. I'm so freaking cold down here in Victoria. Yeah, it's chilly.
I'm catching up with Sam on, when are we doing that, Sam? Thursday? I'm going to go for a shoot. Going to go for a street walk.
Nice.
Yeah.
Greg Thomas and everybody.
Greg.
Everybody's here. Oh, Dennis is clarifying. Aussie Park Barbies is me. I'm working on the channel today. I reckon you could cook a Barbie with 14,400 watts. So you could just flash them and they're done. The sausages.
Isn't that
just
what
instant.
Chernobyl reached before it melted down? Wasn't it 14.4?
It wasn't actually an issue. It wasn't an issue with the nuclear reactor. Tin Type Man was just there trying to do some portraits, and it just went haywire.
Comrade, just stand still, please. Trust me. That's a terrible joke. Right. That's not a new one.
All right, let me bring this thing up. Where are we? OG listener of the show, Jason Hannigan, otherwise known as very early days. We kept calling him Jay Shanny, and it was fun. Sent these in and said, these aren't meant to be for the listeners' picks on the podcast, just a couple of random photos from out and about early this morning with the wrist strap, Lucky Strap's wrist strap, and Ballarat gloves. Must have been chilly. Yeah. So I thought I'd bring them up. Very
Nice.
cool. It's a great way to mention the fact that this show is brought to you by Lucky Camera Straps. So if you need one of these, or shoulder strap or whatever, very comfortable leather strap, just go to luckystraps.com and check them out. Also, that we don't have a lot of stock left at the moment because Ballarat, the glove company, who are from Norway, are very, very low on stock. We've got everything we can get off them. So if you want winter photography gloves, don't wait too long. Now is your only chance for the Australian winter to grab some. We won't get stock again, I don't think, until maybe September, October, November, sometime around there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, let's hope we get some before Bright.
Yes. Yeah, let's hope.
See what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for sending those photos. If anyone else has got photos of their Lucky Strap product that they've bought or won or acquired in whatever way you see fit, send us an image. We'd love to see our kit out in the wild. And that deluxe leather wrist strap that Jason sent through, that's one of my favorites.
That's one of your go-tos, isn't it? Although we did convert you into a shoulder strap a little bit. You're a wrist strap.
Yeah, I'm running the wrist strap on the X70, and I'm running the Slim 30 on the XC5. So
nice setup.
It is nice.
As Jay Shani says, can recommend. Thanks, Jason. Thanks for sending those in. What else are we going to talk about?
Well, let's have a quick. Actually, speaking of Lucky Straps products, last week's guest on the Camera Life podcast, who was Jerry Jonas. Did I say the name right this time? I still can't.
Guionis.
Jerry Guionis joined us. That was amazing.
It's actually funny how he explained that. He's like, because it's spelled GH, and he's like, yeah, like ghost. It's not Jost.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never thought about it like that before. I've been calling him Jerry Jonas for however long it's been. 12 years.
We could put together a super clip of you saying it.
Probably.
Anyway. So we had, one of the world's most highly regarded, highly sought after wedding photographers last week. Guess who we've got this week?
Who?
Steve Parish is joining us on Thursday morning, 9 a.m. live for a chat. He's got such a big career. I don't know how we're going to pack it into the one podcast, but we're going to chat with Steve Parish, Aussie icon.
It's been crazy.
Nature, wildlife photographer.
Yeah, that's going to be an exciting show. Huge. Yep. Hopefully he'll stick around. So Jerry stuck around for 3 hours. Well, I thought he was going to be in and out pretty quick. Busy man, but no, he hung out for 3 hours and he talked about all sorts of stuff that I haven't heard on other interviews. Just things about working with his wife Melissa for so long. The work that he's done with the Icon Awards, building businesses, how he's sort of started in the back of a charcoal chicken shop in Melbourne, all that sort of stuff. It was very much, there was a fair bit of photography talk as well, but there was also a lot of business and life talk too, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah. It was good, wasn't it? Because, he has this kind of aura that he's this big shot in the industry, which he is. But when you have a chat to him, he's just this boy who grew up in Australia with his family running fish and chip shops and his brother running a charcoal chicken shop. And, they just, the parents, sometimes money was tight and they had to, his dad would go back to Greece to run a shop there to make money. And really humble story. It was really quite a great story to listen to.
Yeah, it was good fun. So check that out when you get a chance. But otherwise, Steve, this Thursday is going to be amazing. Mark Bluetooth says, Steve was one of my early influences. Looking forward to his episode, and Nathan's going to set an alarm for it. It's a good idea.
Yeah. Although, what are you doing? It's at 9 o'clock. Why aren't you already out of bed? What are you people doing?
Paul just emailed me a pic. Oh, should I bring it up or should I save it for next week? Let's bring it up now. Let's see.
All right.
I'll do that. He just said, look at this. Just emailed you a pic of a Deluxe 45 in the wild. Let's see. I just got to find it. So, bear with me. Ta-da. Ta-da. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, and just on a tiny little 600mm lens.
That's crazy.
Holy smokes.
That's a big lens. But look at that strap.
That's right. That's a beautiful
that
strap.
red highlight.
Looks nice. Looks well worn into. You can tell. Yeah. You can tell because of the look at the leather.
Yeah. Softened.
Ooh, personalization there too.
Oh.
Very nice.
Nice work. Nice work.
He says there was a Canon marquee at the show lending out big lenses. I was going to say, I didn't think he had one of those bad boys.
That's pretty cool, though.
That's nuts. You know, you can connect your strap to that lens too. There's strap lugs on the lens, so you could take it off your camera body and connect it onto the lens, so you can walk around with it. Nice and safe.
Very cool. Should we start with a little industry news, do you think, before we get into personal news?
Sure.
Yeah. Let me turn this heater off. It's getting too hot in here. Where shall we begin? Let's start with the random social post that I dropped earlier today on the running sheet, Jay.
I saw that. I haven't looked at it yet. I'm excited to the suspense.
You know how often you see people add bling to their cameras, and they'll put wraps on it or skins, and they'll change the grip to a different sort of texture, like snake skin or something. Well, this place in Japan, I think he said it was in Yokohama, might be wrong, is where you go to get your camera tattooed.
What do you mean you can? Oh,
he engraved like tattoos into the alloy top and bottom plate of the camera.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen a few people do this now. You can buy wraps that look like it.
That's not the same. No, you want someone to scratch it into it. That's cool.
A little window in the wall.
Oh, he does phones and all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
Wow, that's nuts.
Yep.
Yeah, I would do that if I could sit there and watch it happen. The problem I would have, I wouldn't be able to pick what to put on there.
Yeah.
The Camera Life logo.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's I've never heard of that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I've seen tons of wraps and things, but I've never seen someone just engraving it.
Yep.
Paul says, camera engraving, shut up and take my money. Would you do the Q3, Dennis? Would you?
Yeah. Get like a ball of light motif engraved on it. All right, let's talk real news. The fun's over. Lens news. Let's start with Fujifilm, just for something different. Just striving for that ambassadorship that Philip Johnson wants me to have. Fujifilm released a brand new lens last week, but it wasn't for X mount. It was for GFX mount, and it wasn't for photography. It's a videography lens. So they've dropped a brand new Fujifilm GF 19-35, T3.5. And how much did they say it was? I don't know if they put a price up for it yet. Let me just check B&H quickly. Yes, here it is. It is $5,500 for this new cine lens. And of course, they've got the Eterna 55 now, which uses
so I assume it's to pair with that and other
or a
GFXs.
GFX.
Yeah, but obviously it's probably aimed at pretty serious video work. Yeah, it looks like a cine lens. It's got the cool stuff on it.
It does have cool cine stuff. They've got about 3 or 4 of these lenses out now, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else is news? Also in Fujifilm news, these are just a couple of patents that have been spotted. The Fujifilm XF 13-80 f3.5 patent has been spotted, and an XF 16-200 f2.8 to 5.6. These are just patents at this stage, and often patents get logged and nothing comes from them because they want to protect their intellectual property. But it's pretty rare to see this level of detail in a rumor that's not actually going to come true. Like, they're very specific about what's coming out. 13-80, which is APS-C in Fujifilm. So that's about a 20 to, what would that be? 20 to 120?
I was going to say, if that's actually a thing, that's getting to one of those lenses, because obviously your standard range is 24 to 105, 24 to 120 on a full frame, which that on a Fujifilm, what is theirs is normally like 18 to something, 7, or the 70 to 70 is... It's
a 24 to 70. That's kind of their go-to kit.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of those slightly longer kit lens, usually like an f4, like the equivalent of a 24 to 105 f4, but on a Fujifilm, on a crop sensor is usually like an 17 or 18 to 70 or whatever.
Yeah.
So if this could really be 13 to 80, that would be a pretty cool lens. Like
Yeah, I
to
reckon
get
it would
that
be.
wider, 20. I've often thought that like a 20 to 70 would be a pretty cool lens to get that wider end instead of, because often we just start at 24 and then go, do we go to 70 or do we go to 105 or 120 or whatever?
Yeah.
But to get that 20 mil wider, 20 mil ish, which I think that 13, it'd be probably even wider than that. Maths in my head isn't good.
Well, yeah, and I mean, there's the Tamron. They've got the 17 to 70 for X mount.
Yeah.
But this just goes that little bit further.
24. Yeah, this goes deeper into that wide angle that doesn't usually get touched by a sort of a normal zoom.
Yeah.
I know Sony have a 20 to 70 f4, I think, or is it a 20 to 50, something like that. But not many people have that. That's in full frame, obviously. But I don't know if there is anything that plays in that range, but I like it.
Yeah, I think more lenses are great, and especially these newer lenses that are being tailored to the new sensor. A lot of the lenses that we currently have for Fujifilm came out before they stepped up to the 40 megapixel sensors. And how that all renders and processes and everything, whereas the newer lenses that are coming out are being set specifically for that style of camera, that sort of flagship level performance, which is great. And what was the other one I said? Where'd it go? Can't see it. 16 to 200, so that's a 24 to 300, which is one of those kind of do it all.
Super zoom, travel, do everything lenses. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. What else? In Sony news,
Viltrox have made another pancake lens. So they just release one of those every week.
Pretty much. It seems like it, doesn't it?
Viltrox have released a pancake lens for Sony.
Yeah. This one's a 26mm f2.8 FE pancake lens. Again, very cheap. There's also something coming out for Nikon Z mount. I think it's also coming to Sony. Anyway, it's the TT Artisans are also releasing an AF, so autofocus lens, 17mm f1.8. It's one of their Air APS-C lenses for Nikon Z. It's only $148. Oh, that's crazy. It's a 1.8.
Yeah, but crop sensor 1.8.
Hey, you watch your tongue. You watch your mouth. All right. What else? And here's another interesting lens. Tamron have plans to release a Tamron 12 to 20 f2.8 FE lens coming in July in a couple of days. Apparently, that's coming out. It's being launched. Yeah.
12 to 20, 2.8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That's super cool. That's very
wide.
And
it says, here's the leaked press text. Pro performance minus the weight. Ultra wide, built for the field. Cool.
Yeah, interesting.
Apparently weighing 570 grams, which is one of the advantages of mirrorless. I don't know if anyone remembers Nikon full frame F-mount cameras. Maybe any of you are, familiar. But the beautiful 14 to 24 2.8 lens was about a kilo, had a massively bulbous front element, and it was beautiful to shoot with. But it's like 2 millimeters on the long end, on the wide end, is a big difference in width. Like this is significantly wider and smaller and lighter. And competing head to head with Sony's 12 to 24. And they're saying it's going to be half the price. So that's going to be pretty crazy.
Yep. It's interesting that big camera brands and lens brands haven't looked to acquire some of these smaller companies to try and sort of contain it. And maybe that's because they're embracing it. Maybe they see that it's a flood they can't stop. I don't know. It's just interesting. Like there's very compelling options coming out from third party. I mean, there always have been, bangers, but it just seems more and more are coming out where people are going, oh, well, yeah, why would I get this brand kit lens when I can get the Tamron 17-70 or the whatever it may be?
Yeah, maybe, but there's always, I mean, they can lock it down like Canon did. That's really the option, I guess, because they work. Yeah, I don't know. They do work in together as well.
They do sometimes, yeah.
Sigma and Tamron have been supplying lenses to the camera market for so long. To sort of just go and say, well, we don't need third party lenses anymore would be pretty crazy.
Yeah, fair call.
Greg says, not you, Greg, different Greg. Craig Thomas says
one of the
Sony 12-24 G Master is an exceptional lens. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that at all. And I would imagine if this thing is lighter and half the price, solid chance that the Sony's going to have some advantages. It's rarely the case that a third party lens is lighter, cheaper, and better in every aspect in terms of autofocus, image quality, like all of the elements of image quality as well, because a lot comes into it in those wide angles, especially if you're shooting nightscapes. You got to deal with coma in the corners and all sorts of stuff. And so I would be very surprised if I'm sure it's a great performer, but I'd say the Sony's still going to be yeah.
But that gap is shortening in quality.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Jason said it.
What's that thing about diminishing returns? Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, there'll be feet in the shots. It's true. 12 is wide.
It's super wide.
If you haven't shot with one, it's a different experience.
Yeah. Yeah. The widest I shot with was it an 8mm put out by Fujifilm?
Oh yeah.
That was a 12 full frame.
I was going to say that'd be pretty close to this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You had to be careful how you were holding your camera because it would. Yeah. Absolutely.
And it distorts everything as well. Like Greg's saying here, 12mm is extra hard to get it right. Yeah. Because anything that's near the edges or whatever just gets
And also flare. Flare's a big problem, isn't it?
Yes.
Ghosting and that sort of thing. Last little bits of lens news, folks. Panasonic dropped a patent application for a retractable macro lens. So the lens actually the body extends, not like a zoom, but actually to create the spacing between the elements inside. It's really weird. Yeah. So I don't understand what the logic is behind that. Why would you introduce more moving parts? But it's a retractable macro.
Is it just like, how like old school extension tubes, kind of like it's extension tubes that are built into the lens that you can extend and retract for portability or for adjustability of the magnification? I don't know.
According to this, the patent describes a lens with a ring that allows switching between collapsible, normal, and macro modes, improving storage and portability. But looking at the patent, the lens is tiny anyway.
So it's maybe that's the thing they're going for, is like how to have a really compact macro lens.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it is for Panasonic, so it kind of reminds me a bit of some of the earlier Fuji primes. There was a 16 and the 23, and I think the original 56. Greg Carrick will correct me if I'm wrong. And they had clutch switches to go from manual focus to autofocus. So they didn't have like an AF/MF switch. They had like a ring. So the focus ring was a clutch. So you pulled it down and it would lock it into autofocus. And then it was the other way around. I think you push it up for autofocus, you pulled it back towards the camera to then use manual focus. And once you pulled the clutch back, all of those, the little markings for distance in feet on one side and meters on the other, well, they all appear once you pull the clutch back. So you can do manual focus on distance. It's pretty cool.
I'll show you.
Oh, not the 56. Thanks, crackers. Definitely the 16 and the 23, the original 1.4s. I had both those lenses when I first got Fujifilm.
You don't pull this forward and back. You rotate it. See if I can get this to grab focus on it. So the Q3's got macro mode. So at the moment it's in normal shooting mode.
Yep.
That's macro mode, but see the the what do you call it? Distance markings change
That's crazy.
to do your
Ooh, I
depth
like
of field
that.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, very neat, very mechanical. It's nice.
That's very cool. Very cool. What else we got? Last bit of lens news, folks. New Brighton Star APOM 35 f1.7 a spherical lens is coming for Leica in August. And that's kind of it for the lens news. Should we perhaps look at some images before we move on to camera news, or do you want to get the news out of the way?
No, I want to look at some images. Let's
do some images.
Let's have a little break from this crazy news. Who are we starting with tonight? Who are we starting with? Chris Nielsen, I believe.
Chris Nielsen. Hey, Greg, Justin, and co. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And Nathan just said he just sent you some photos.
Gosh.
Since you were all so kind to me last week, I submitted, with the image I submitted, I wanted to send just one more. You can send just one more every week forever if you want. We're happy with that too. This one is at the Old Wharf at Thames, New Zealand. Shot with my D500 and a 16-80 with a 15-stop ND and a big bag of rocks strapped to my travel tripod. 163 seconds. F13 for this one. Yeah, that's magic.
The framing is beautiful. The symmetrical, but they're all just slightly wonky. The old pylons, it's perfectly symmetrical, but they're all just slightly imperfect.
Yeah,
because they're all leaning in slightly different directions and things. I love that.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well done.
Yeah, and the treatment of it is beautiful as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Yeah, it's a cracker. What a way to start the show. Print it. I'll just start pressing print on the favorite ones. Great image.
Who was that? That was Chris Nielsen. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, an epic shot to start the show off.
Yeah, that's incredible. Let's move along. David Skinner.
Yeah,
always busy.
Collection here.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. Last week, I had the wonderful company of Brendan Waits, BFOP instructor and owner of Camera and Photo in Ocean Grove. He gave excellent instruction and tuition for photography in his backyard, the Bellarine Peninsula. I shout out to his podcast with Cam Blake, the Down South Photo Show. We hate those guys.
We love those guys. I read this when I was transferring it, and I was like, we need to get them back on the show.
We do.
We should.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we should reach out. I know they're always flat out, but surely one of them, if not both of them, would have time to pop on a Monday night.
Very true. Here are some images. If you think you have too many, choose your faves. Cheers, David. Thanks, David.
Yeah. Let me go through some of these. No, I put them all in just because they're a little nice little set. Nice little set. Look at that.
Oh, amazing lighting.
Yeah. Having the lights on the wharf.
Yeah.
The pier. What would you call that? Pier. Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, that's amazing. Where's that? Did you say where that was? Ocean Grove.
That?
I have seen that before. Lucinda just said that's Rod's favourite spot. Rodney Nicholson.
Yep. I can imagine he'd be, be looking for cool photos.
Queenscliff Pier. Yeah, I think I've been there a long time ago. But that's obviously been there for a long time.
Yeah, probably. It doesn't look new. Yeah, I love this. There's just so much going on in this, but it's just framed perfectly. And there's a person back there. Whoops. Every time this is going, there we go. Look, there's someone back there.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a frame at the back of this.
It is, isn't it?
Another scene.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's very cool. Amazing
I love that.
composition. Yeah.
All right. Is there any more? Let me see. One more, two more, three more, four more. Okay, there's actually quite a few more. I should go through them all. Gosh, it looks like it was a fun shoot.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's clever.
Yeah, cool crop.
Yeah. And again, it's got that serenity and sense of kind of repetition, but it's everything's slightly off skew from one another, so it adds character. It's not like perfectly straight pylons. Everyone has a bird. They're crooked. There's, yeah, that's very cool.
A little bit of space on the right-hand side where it looks like a bird's ducking under the water, maybe. Yeah, this one.
That's great.
This is a great set. And I think this is the last one.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful colours.
Oh, look at that. The pastels. Amazing work.
Fun weekend.
Yeah, gosh, well done. Time well spent. Amazing.
Yeah, very, very nice. Too nice. I think it might be a little too good.
Yeah, cut it out.
Cut it out.
Should we look at one more?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's look at something from Dennis Smith.
We should. If I can find him. Hold on. I've lost Dennis's photo. There it is. Found it. There's a lot of D's. A lot of D's. You'll begin to find we have many D names in tonight's episode.
Oof. Oh, give me a moment just to take that in.
Bit of a peer theme going on tonight.
There's a bit of a peer theme. Dennis Smith, I'm hard at work on my SALA body of work, huge arts festival here in South Australia. And one of the themes was jetty. This is my local one. About 10 minutes walk from my house. This is an older image I'm using as inspiration. Under these jetties is where I learned my craft and where I go to practice. It's my safe place. When I look at this, it makes me feel calm. This is a single exposure, as all of Dennis's images are. Moonlight and very nice new lighting on the jetty. 180 seconds, ISO 100. Shot at f5.6 with the A7R4.
Yeah.
And the crop too. The crop is gorgeous. You don't notice it at first. You don't notice the crop. You just get drawn into it. Stunning. Peace, Den. Amazing, Dennis.
Whoops.
Oh, who's that?
My thing. It's just.
Oh, what do you? You had one job.
Jumping. Yeah, no, something's going on with my thing tonight. Anyway. Yeah, I was just about to ask this as well, Tweak, but I was like, I don't want to say something dumb. What is the golden glow in the distance?
Oh, on the left there?
Figure it out. Yeah, on the left.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let us know, Den.
Yeah, what is that? Is that the moon? He said lit like moonlight. So I'm assuming the moon is up in the sky.
It feels, yeah, because of the way the shadows are falling. Surely it's up.
So what?
Maybe that's just a city.
Not
sure. Yeah,
but yeah.
Great feedback coming in for everyone too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's a fan. We all fangirl when Dennis puts these out. Look at it. Okay. Dennis is saying I'll figure it out exactly. So it wasn't a silly question. Phil Thompson said maybe a squid boat, maybe. Yeah, Yeah, Greg Carrick saying 3 minutes picks up all sorts of light sources. That's a good point.
Word.
Could be quite dull, but with 3 minutes of exposure.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yep.
Wild. Should we take a break from images for a moment?
Yeah. Let's. I mean, there's not a lot of camera news. What do we got?
Let's skip through it a little bit. In terms of camera news, folks, it has been confirmed that the Sony FX5 will launch, be announced July 22nd. Canon EOS R8 Mark II specifications have been leaked, rumored, guessed.
Yeah, they've been kicking around for a while too, and there's still rumors that it's going to be a retro inspired design. I'm really concerned that it's going to just look like the Canons that are silver. You remember all the film EOS film cameras from like the 90s and stuff that are just silver where the black was. But other than that, it's not actually like retro like the Nikon ZF or whatever, where it's a fully different look, or like a Fujifilm design with dials and all sorts of stuff. It's just the same camera but with a silver body. I'm really worried that's what they're going to do. It would be very disappointing for me because it's like it's just a normal camera but uglier. It's not.
Well, it just looks like every other Canon.
No, it doesn't. It looks like every other Canon but uglier because it'll be silver.
Oh, true. But I mean the shape.
It's going to look like this. I'm really worried that it's going to look like this. Remember these?
Okay. Yep. What is that one?
That's an EOS 300 with a 28 to 90 f4 to 5.6. Listen to it.
Does it still work?
I'm sure it does, but yes, as Lucinda says, yucky.
Yucky.
So let's hope if they're going to do a retro design, that it's an actual retro design to compete with something like the Nikon ZF and not a 90s inspired change in body color to look like their old 90s film cameras. Please don't do that.
Yep.
Dennis is selling all of his kidneys to get that FX5. Yeah, it looks like, so the FX5, for anyone that isn't sure what we're talking about, it looks like a new, very professional without being crazy professional cinematography camera. So the FX3 is one of the most popular cameras right now. It's like the more cinema orientated A7S3, same sensor. And then they released the FX2 some time ago, which I don't know how popular that's been, but the FX5 is going to be, the FX2 I don't think was a jump ahead of the FX3, whereas the FX5 is going to be a step ahead, a beefed up camera compared to the FX3, but not quite as beefed up as the FX6, which I think is the sort of thing that like Bruce shoots with for his sort of big video jobs, which is a beefier camera. This might be somewhere in between, just for anyone, but very much
a bit like the ZR, the Nikon.
No, way higher level than that.
Oh, way higher. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. It'll be a lot more expensive and much greater capabilities and image quality. The ZR is almost like entry level cinematography.
Yeah. Okay.
This stuff is sort of multiple steps up from that. I actually don't know what sort of price point it'll be at. Maybe Dennis has got an idea, but I'm guessing it's going to be like 7, 10, 5, 7, 10, 12. So I don't even know. I'm just guessing. Yeah. So yeah, the ZR is a toy. It's a good toy, but compared to this sort of stuff, it's more of like a YouTube, really capable, but not. This is like pro, but without being so pro as the Fujifilm Eterna 55. It's not. So it's somewhere. It's more of it's a working man's cinematography camera. This thing is gonna shoot a lot of content. This FX5, I would say.
Cool. Video is king.
Yep.
What else? In other news, the titanium L10, which is made by, my brain just went blank. Is that Panasonic? Lumix. The L10.
Oh, yeah.
The gold. I can't remember what it's called now. I have to bring up the article. The gold titanium finish one. They're going to delay shipment because they've discovered that there's a big batch of them have cosmetic errors. So somewhere paint has run or something's gotten scratched in production or whatever it may be. and it's to do with cosmetics. It's not to do with the functioning or the performance or anything like that. But
interesting. I wonder if they'll sell them off cheap. I'll have one of those.
Yeah,
send me the ding dong.
Yeah, I'm happy to have a defect.
Is this next one right? Insta360 are looking at doing a micro four thirds camera is that going to be like the GoPro one?
Well, that's kind of the rumor from what I gathered. That it'll be an interchange. Well, they're not sure if it will definitely be interchangeable lens, but there's a lot of rumors flowing around this one. Doesn't seem to have an EVF. It's only a 20 megapixel sensor, but people like GoPro and Insta360 do amazing things with small sensors. Yep. It's saying it's an f1.8 lens, which is fixed or interchangeable. If they know what the lens aperture is, then there's chances are it's fixed. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a weird rumor.
Is it like, it makes more sense to me that they're just trying to copy GoPro in the same way that the GoPro takes micro four thirds lenses, but it's not a micro four thirds camera. It's not it's not a micro four thirds sensor in there. It's got a micro four thirds mount and then the normal GoPro sensor or the bigger GoPro sensor. So are they going to do that, or are they going to actually put a micro four thirds sensor in one of their cameras, which would be crazy?
Yeah. Well, we're not sure yet.
Anyway.
Stay tuned. We will bring it to you as soon as we know. And in final news here, the folks over at Ricoh are at it again. They're set to release a special edition GR4 celebrating the 30th anniversary of the GR range, or the GR1, which was the first one that came out, which was a film camera.
Wow, that's crazy. I wouldn't imagine Ricoh to ever release various models of their GR series.
The same camera.
That's of the same camera. That's crazy. It's great. I shouldn't pick on them, but it's just funny. There's always so many like varieties of their GRs that are available.
Yeah. Well, the three they had, so they had all the black versions. So they had the two different lenses and then two different filter, like they had different filters inside them. So there's four of those. Then they brought out a diary edition, a street edition, and something else. I can't remember what it was. Another one or two other different editions that were the same camera, just different body finishes.
Variations, which is, again, it's cool. As long as they can keep up with supply, because that was the issue with the other one. It's like,
that was the issue.
Let's have 10 different editions and you can't buy any of them.
Yeah. Stock shortages were notoriously bad, especially here. Some of the waits at some of the retailers here in Australia were like 3-4 months at least. And that wasn't like from launch. That was like into the life cycle for a bit. So hopefully they find out their production, all for them bringing out anniversary editions. I think it's great. Actually, I shot this article off to a friend of the show, alumni, Jason Lau, because he's been doing some work with Ricoh. And he just finished a project with the Ricoh GR space in Brisbane, which is their retail space, and Alpaca, because Alpaca have just released a special Ricoh GR space bag, their first proper camera bag, as part of that launch. So anyway, I sent this to Jason Lau saying, hey, there's another one coming. And we were chatting about it, and he's offered to lend me one, a GR4.
Ooh,
so
you might get hooked into that.
I have my pick of either the full color or the monochrome.
Monochrome.
I think I might go the monochrome. I might go the monochrome. We'll do a review for Lucky Straps and we'll talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
But look at how excited you are. I love it.
Also, don't tell him I said this. But do you think it's weird for Alpaca to do a collaboration on their first camera bag for a camera that arguably does not need a camera bag? Like it's small enough to go in a pocket. It's one of the least camera bag type cameras that I could imagine. It's just funny. It doesn't have interchangeable lenses. It's got no accessories really. And the lens retracts, so it is absolutely tiny and light.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Super light, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is funny.
We've released our first camera bag. It's like a snap lock sandwich bag that just fits the Ricoh J.
It's waterproof. It's waterproof.
Yeah.
You can even fit a couple of spare batteries in there. Although I will say, I've seen a lot of people who love to bling their GRs like they do with other cameras, like especially with Fuji's and cameras like that.
Fuji shooters, crazy.
Yeah, we love a bit of bling. But I have seen quite a few nice GRs with optional extras added. So yeah. Anyway, we'll stay tuned for that. I'm going to chat to Jason.
Nice.
So we can go. That's it for camera news. Final few bits of random news. Oh, can you bring this up? I think this is fun. Benny is a cute autonomous camera robot on wheels. So, we've seen drones. Drones are so yesterday. Why would you get a drone when you can get a Benny? That was your cue to bring it up. Oh, your timing.
I'm working on it. But it's like I'm also sitting here going, "How big is it? What is this thing?" How big is it? It's basically they've taken a Star Wars droid, they've strapped some cameras to it, and there's a video there of it chasing that girl. That one where it chases the girl for an upskirt. It's a terrible video. Well, she's wearing shorts.
But there's Benny. Okay. All right. So he's a little.
Right.
So it just gives you a different field of view.
He can't do that. Can he do that? Really?
Of course he can do that. Why wouldn't he be able to do that? Look at him. He was made by George Lucas. This isn't an AI ad at all.
Oh, dear.
So stay tuned, folks. Flight drones are so yesterday. Now you get a robot that can follow you around at ground level.
Hang on. This is a real thing. It's a Kickstarter.
I believe it is. Yeah.
$4.99 on Kickstarter with early bird discounts. Hey, I don't want to poo-poo this. I hope they bring it to life, but I would not back that. Unless you like donating to cool stuff and you don't mind if you get the thing.
It comes with accessories. Look, you can get hats for it.
You get different hats. But did you order one, Greg?
I might have backed it.
I mean, I hope they can bring it to life, but I wouldn't be waiting for mine. I wouldn't be waiting at the post office for mine to arrive.
As a kid of the 70s, this is like they finally fulfilled their promise. Like they said that we would have flying cars by now. Well, we don't quite. And they said that we'd all be, using jetpacks to get to the office, and that didn't happen.
No.
But we've got Star Wars like droids following us around, recording everything. So I'm pretty cool with that.
We've got a Kickstarter promising Star Wars like droids to follow us around.
It'll happen. Someone will do it eventually.
I mean, it's not that far off a robot vacuum cleaner that we've already got. I don't have one. Mine's just on the end of a stick and I pull the thing. But
yeah, same.
Anyway,
I thought it was cute.
Yeah. You should order one.
Yeah, not quite. For the days of Jetsons. Do you know we watched the Jetsons the other night, Phil? Phil Thompson's just dropped a comment saying, "Oh, for the days of the Jetsons." Does anyone else remember the Jetsons? Yes. I was watching it the other day. My God, it's terribly sexist. And anyway, it didn't age well. It is funny.
It's what all that isn't that. I'm sure. What did I put on the other day? It came up on YouTube like Looney Tunes and stuff. Like it's yeah. It's great. It's just awesome.
It's a bit of cringe. Yep.
Yeah.
And the final bit of news, the 110 film market. So we've talked about 110 film cameras before. They're the little cassette style, the kind of a flat looking camera. Do you want to bring this one up, Jay?
Yeah,
just
I will.
quickly.
I did see this.
Because this was the very first camera I shot with was a 110. My nan gave it to me. I don't know whether it was a gift or I borrowed it. Got a feeling it was a Disney themed one because she'd gone to Disneyland because her sister lived in the States. Long gone now, but 2 new film stocks coming out for 110.
Yeah, and there's next to nothing. Did Lomo make 110? Who is the person making 110 now? I think. Oh yeah, here we go. Exclusively available from Lomography for the last 15 years, and they sell a 110 camera as well, or a variety of 110 cameras.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. I mean, it's cool to see someone else throwing in some stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of makes me want to pick one up again.
Does it? It doesn't really make me want one.
Really?
No.
I guess you don't have that same nostalgia I have.
No. Don't know. But yeah, I mean, more is always better when it comes to companies producing film. So I think that's great news.
Yeah. But there'll be, a clique of individuals who still love shooting 110 film. And I think this is good.
Phil Thompson says, I used to sell Hanamex 110s in Myers back in the 70s. And John Pickett had one of those. He probably bought it off Phil.
That's where my nan got it.
Bruce Moyle says, hi all, popping in real late because shoots and things. Can you start from the beginning so I can comment? Okay, everyone, let's roll back to the start of the show.
Yeah.
No, Bruce, all we really need to know from you is, are you getting an FX5? And how much do you think it'll cost? That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
Paul says, first camera purchase was a 110, but does anyone sell the cassettes for the Kodak Instamatics from the 70s? Were they 120 or 126s? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. That's outside of my skill set.
And so that's the end of the news, folks. There is no more. Well, that's the end of that news.
There is no more. Well, does that bring us to... Oh, let's look at a couple more photos first, and then we'll go to get onto your news.
And your news.
Yeah, and my news.
Where are we up to?
126s, Paul. They're 126s.
Oh, there you go.
Kodak Instamatic 126. Yeah, David Leparati's all over it as well. Bruce, you're not sure. ATM, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Very cool. All right, let's look at some of David Leparati's images while he's in the chat. Good to see you here, David. I'll start reading.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Justin, Greg, and everyone. Please find attached infrared images following on from last week's chat. I thought a visual of the workflow would be a little easier to understand. So, is that image one?
That is
image one. Examples of infrared.
Perfect.
Oh, he did it again. Examples of infrared filter options. Image from Rob Shea's book, Color Doesn't Exist, A Practical Guide to Infrared. Might need to look for that, Jay.
Yeah. Yeah, I need it.
Flange or clip in. So they go over the sensor inside the body, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. And that's the sort that I'm going to get when I get mine converted. So they'll sit between the sensor and the rear element of the lens.
Yeah.
So they're protected. And it means I can then put a, what's it called? Hot mirror cut filter. But it'll look like one of these, and it's essentially replaces the filter that gets taken out in the full spectrum conversion. So essentially dropping one of these in brings it back to being a normal camera, visible light camera, and then drop one of these other ones in and it'll filter it to, 850, 720, 590 or whatever. Yeah, that's right. UV IR cut, this one, David Leparati saying that one.
Yeah.
So that will bring it back to being essentially a normal camera for me. So I can still use it as my second camera, hopefully, and a backup and stuff like that. But it can also be, full spectrum.
Yeah. Amazing.
Okay.
Image two. This is a comparison between a Canon 680 NM. What does that stand for again?
Nanometers.
Nanometers?
Maybe.
And the Fujifilm 590 nanometer raw plus color invert swap images previously shown. Oh, okay. Wow.
Yep. So the two on the left are out of camera. Temp slider over to the left. Hang on. Okay. Yeah. Raw plus color invert swap images as previously shown. So that's the difference. The top left is 680 nanometers. The bottom left is a Fujifilm, but at 580, and that's just the difference in those two wavelengths.
Yeah, wow.
On the right-hand side is the difference in after they're channel swapped. And Greg Carrick says that's a set from the Jetsons.
Yeah, how cool is that location?
Yeah. All right. Image number 3 is a
Sorry, image
processing
number
sequence.
3. Image number 3 is an infrared image workflow series in ACR Lightroom, and ACR do not recognize infrared images. Step 1, white balance in camera, temp slider over to the left, moving the temp slider to the right increases the red color.
Oops.
Step 2,
Here we go.
custom white balance in camera, temp slider over to the left, moving the temp slider to the right increases the red color again.
Nope. Okay. Just trying to roll over to image 3. There we go.
Okay. Step 3, change default camera profile to a AI camera profile. I have several options. Requires Adobe DNG profile editor to create a profile. That's number 3. Step 4, depending on which IR profile you used, the temp and tint sliders are available for adjustments.
Okay. Let me go back over here. Number 5.
Yep. Use the white balance eyedropper tool to select clouds. Temp and tint slider adjust accordingly.
Okay. White balance off clouds.
Huh.
Balance. And then
Step
Step
6.
6.
Yep. Select a LUT, LUT, for the required effect, channel mixer, invert, etc. And then over to step 7. Once the LUT has been added, the color slides are reversed, e.g. temp slider to the left is blue, adds yellow to the image. So everything's swapped around.
Oh my gosh. That will blow my head. It's one thing I was following up until about step 6. Then I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I'm a bit lost. The final step, step 8, refine the image look using color mixer, saturation, etc. And the color mixer sliders are reversed as well.
Wow. It's going to be fun to play with this stuff.
Yeah. And then finally, image 4. So not these, but yep, separate image. Color and black and white comparison. The camera used was the Fujifilm X-E2 converted to 590 nanometers and a Nikon 20 f2.8 lens on a Kip-on tilt shift adapter. The exposure equals aperture priority of f8 at 1/320th of a second, ISO 200. Look what it does with the contrast.
Yeah, and normally I'm like it's the black and whites that normally make me really excited to get my camera converted. But for this particular scene, I love the color because of the crazy like chromy looking like building and that foliage. It just it looks futuristic.
Yeah.
Bruce, you should definitely get your 5D Mark III converted, and then we can experiment together. Thank you, David, for continuing.
Yeah, David, amazing.
To educate us, number one, but also keep me excited about getting my camera converted. It's
got to do it, Jay.
I know, but it's been put on the back burner for the reason that you know that no one else knows yet, that we'll talk about soon on the show.
All right.
I wonder if anyone can guess why I can't get my camera converted for a little bit.
Does anyone know what Justin is up to?
Yeah. David Liberati says a mirrorless conversion is better as what you see is what you get. Yeah, that'll definitely help speed up the learning curve for sure.
Yep. Amazing. Great work. Great work. Who we got next, Jay? We got Greg Crackers Carrick.
The one and only. Where is he? Here he is.
Hard Yakka, he calls this image. Perfectly named. Lilydale Show, Woodchop Competition. I used to love watching Woodchop as a kid at the show. Used to go to the Melbourne show. And then I went and saw it in Dalesford once. They had like a main street. I think it was like their Christmas kind of carnival thing. And they had woodchoppers. It was amazing. Sorry, I got distracted. Back in my Nikon days before I saw the light. Nikon D5200 with a Tamron 18-270 lens at 55. Shot at 1/1/250th of a second, ISO 400 and f5.
I was going to mention that Crackers because I was surprised it was in focus with the guy swimming in the axe and stuff, but then obviously it wasn't when you would switch to Fujifilm, so that makes more sense.
Whatever.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Whatever.
Hey, even some Fujifilm people say that the focus is just it's a little tricky. A little tricky.
Yeah, can be.
Got to know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Although your skate park photos always seem to be pretty tack sharp.
Yeah, but I only show you the ones that work. I mean, there's often ones that just don't.
There's 900 before that one where you're like, damn it. Stupid. No,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Actually, I went out for a quick walk in the city today, and I didn't go far from Flinders Street because there was so much good light and good activity there. But, you know, I came across a few when I went through the images just before we jumped on live here where, focus on the subject was missed. It went to the background. But the person, it doesn't like surprises. The person was moving past me pretty quick. I was turning at the same time to lift my camera because I could see this person in my peripheral. You know, there's just that mismatch. But I ended up editing the out of focus images because they kind of work.
Oh, nice.
You know, happy accidents. But amazing image, Greg. And I love the square crop.
Yeah, black and white. It's nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love the expression on his face and the wood chips just flying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got lovely detail.
Yeah. Yep. Phil Thompson says character, expression, and action. Well done, Greg.
Yep.
And Jason says, is that one of the O'Toole family? Aren't they every competitive wood chopper in the country? Yeah, probably. And a few guesses coming in about why I can't convert my camera yet. Dennis says, I reckon Justin's decided to join a monastery in the foothills of the Himalayas, taking a 13-year vow of silence. There is a strict no infrared camera policy. Could be.
I've heard that too. Yeah.
Good guess.
They're notorious for their bigotry towards infrared.
Yes. And Bruce has said, Justin's decided to sell his 50mm and just use 12mm from now on. Yeah, well, good guess. But yeah, Bruce makes a good point. Shooting a wood chopping comp, like if you hung around for the day, you would get some epic shots. You would most definitely want to wear protection because So I went to the Benio show this October just gone or whatever last year with my nephew. Yep. There was wood chopping there, just normal wood chopping. I didn't take any photos, I don't think. But like we were getting wood chips flying at us and we were standing behind the fence, the roped off area. Like they go a long way. So if you were going to shoot, you'd want to definitely have some eye protection, probably some gloves too, maybe a filter on your camera.
And a Perspex housing around you and the camera.
Well, maybe that'd be good. One of those bubble balls that I took photos of my nephew in at the show that they.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Perfect circle.
Lucinda says, I can't convert my camera because I bought a Leica. Good guess. Good guess.
That wouldn't be surprising, Lucinda. That would be if that was the situation, then you would be you'd be spot on, but it's not. The other thing I love about wood chopping, I remember when I used to go to the Royal Melbourne show, used to be in September, I think. Anyway, and they would have like a tall log and they would have to like chop so they could wedge in planks, like thick cuts of wood, and then they'd climb up to go higher and higher and higher. That was part of the competition. That they were almost like building steps into this massive log that was going upwards.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Wow.
Really cool. But yeah, it'd be great to photograph again because, you know, you've got a huge amount of expression coming off your subjects. You've got moving parts. You've got an interesting subject. So yeah, highly recommend. Print it.
Do we do one more? Or you want to talk about your news?
No, let's look at Paul Carpenter's image.
Paul's. Where is it?
G'day, Justin and Greg. Here are two variations of the same image, which I captured at an air show in the UK last month. The aircraft are the Royal Air Force's aerobatic team, the Red Arrows, and this move involves the 7 aircraft splitting into 2 groups and heading straight for each other. Yeah, that's just stupid. Images captured on the R5 with the 100 to 500 at 159 mil, f5 1/8,000th of a second, and ISO 320.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe there's planes doing that.
I know. Have you seen the you know, there's the what's the American one? The blue something. They Blue Angels.
Yeah.
And they have like GoPros in their cockpits.
Joe McNally went in the cockpit with them. You know, the photographer Joe McNally.
Oh wow.
He got to take photos in the cockpit. I think that's one of his sort of career highlights. We got to get him on the show.
Yeah, okay. But they have cameras set up, and you see how, like, when they invert and they're flying, you know, upside down, it's just crazy how close they are to one another.
Yeah.
And have you ever seen their training videos? They sit in their flight prep room around a big board table, and they've all got their eyes closed, and the lead guy, the lead angel, he's calling out the moves, and they're all sitting there with their eyes closed, and their hands are moving as they're you know, going through the motion of what they have to do to make that move work. Yeah, crazy
just
stuff.
Fully just imprinted in their brain,
locked in
perfectly.
Yep.
Do you think that the boss of that whole squadron comes over on the radio at that boardroom table and says, "Good morning, Angels"?
Such a dickhead.
I know. Okay.
Anyway, I tracked one group in the viewfinder and then started shooting as I saw the other group appear in my peripheral vision. What a great challenge. It was a great challenge. Interested to see which one you prefer.
That's the other one. So
can we go back?
This one.
I think I like that one better because you can see all 7. That one at the back is slightly obscured by the smoke trail.
Yeah, the spacing in this one is quite cool.
Yeah.
I think I think it's this one for me, which is the first one that we brought up. It's very clean. It looks like a poster. And it has you wondering it has you wondering how they were able to get through without crashing. Like it's got my eye looking at trying to figure out the lines of everything. This one is a bit more chaotic, and then you're sort of, the illusion, it disappears because of the smoke.
Yeah, creating depth.
That plane.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, okay, I see what's happened here. And that illusion gets shattered a little bit. You know that it was a stunt that was obviously, whereas this one, you're almost like, hang on, is this Photoshop or something? Like, it's so clean. What's happening? That's me. Anyway.
No, I think this is really, really cool.
Oh gosh, it's
where'd you go?
It just keeps flickering between everybody's shots. Anyway.
Amazing work as always, Paul. Thank you for sending those through.
Yeah.
Should we talk some personal news?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the reality is Justin and I are expecting. We've been trying to keep this quiet for some time. We'll have a reveal party at some stage. So yes, I have some news. I'm not really in the headspace. I'm not really prepared. But any of you that follow me on social media, and if you don't, why not, will have seen in the last couple of days I've released a barrage of images for a couple of different reasons. One is that I really needed to desperately update my Instagram account. I've been shamefully slack on putting my street photography work on my Instagram. And so I've been sending out lots of images. And I thank everyone for their amazing, lovely, warm feedback and encouragement. The other reason why I'm doing that, not just to bring everything up to date, is because effective today, I have just launched a new arm of my business. And it's called Street Level Photography Workshops. And I'll be running.
That's a cool name.
Well, thank you, sir.
Did you come up with that?
I did.
Nice.
I mean, it's so hard to find original names for things like that these days, because it's just everywhere. Anyway, still falls under my business, but it's just Street Level Photography Workshops. So I'll be running street photography workshops in the city of Melbourne, predominantly in the CBD. And Jay, do you mind bringing up my website?
I do mind.
Be so good.
No. Greg. Or should I try Googling street level photography workshop, see what comes up?
Yeah, you go for it, big guy.
Hang on, where are we? Share. Add to stage. There we go. Oh yeah, it's right here up the top. Click on that.
Click on that. So I'm launching. This is the first time I've done workshops for people. I've done workshops for camera groups, small groups, done lots of solo walks with people. But I need to diversify. Like we've been saying, I've got expensive hobbies. Not quite as expensive as Justin's hobbies, but they're still up there. And so I decided to put my money where my mouth is. I've talked a lot over the years about photography education. I've written hundreds of education articles for ShotKit and other websites. And obviously the work that I do here for Lucky Straps and the Camera Life. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to bring those two things together. I love teaching people skills, especially around photography, because it's something I'm so passionate about, obviously. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to run workshops. They're paid workshops, each workshop. So basically there's the two main workshops I've put out at the moment. I've got small group workshops for 4 people and me, and they'll be conducted in Melbourne in the CBD. 3-hour workshop, and it includes obviously tuition and guidance and support. And education about how I approach street photography, some street photography practices and exercises and challenges, as well as talking a little bit about the post walk. What do you do now? What do you do with your images? How do you edit them? Those sorts of things. And then the second workshop I'm running is the solo Define Your Own Style workshop. So it's a one-on-one workshop with me. Again, it's 3 hours plus a 1-hour mentoring session to take place days after the walk to talk about editing and, curating a collection of images and those sorts of things. But yeah, really, really focusing on that street level, see the city that you've always seen, but see it differently kind of thing. So, and I've designed these workshops really to suit anybody with any level of gear. If you show up with an iPhone, I really don't care. It's more about the mindfulness of the process. It's about looking for the light, looking for the compositions, the subjects, and how all those elements come together. What camera you have in your hand really is just the final part of the process. So they're launching. They're now live. So if you can head to my website, it's gregcromie.blog. It's that simple. And there's a page for street level photography workshops. I'm also planning some other workshops. You mentioned my skating images earlier. This one here is a Paran, South Yarra, Windsor workshop, bit of an urban exploration, which will include the Paran Skate and Basketball Park, where I've done a lot of work, especially over the previous summer that's just passed. Those aren't ready to book yet. I'm just going to start with the Melbourne CBD ones. And I'm also looking at doing some other stuff. I think eventually I'll offer one-on-one mentoring regardless of the genre. I'm looking at doing maybe a street photography, not a walk, but a street photography workshop for mobility impaired folk. And doing that from somewhere in Melbourne that's obviously accessible for people with mobility impairment, but gives us enough play space that I can actually, support people and teach them some skills around that. And eventually I'd like to do school groups and that sort of stuff, but they're all down the track. So yeah, that's my big news today.
It's exciting.
I'm going to run workshops, Jay.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. They're up. They're ready to go.
They're ready to go. In fact, if you click on the small group, the orange button there.
Oh, this one. Yeah.
Yep. Click on that. That should take you or open up a new tab, actually. It will.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I got to do that one. Yep.
Yeah, sorry. And it goes to Try Booking. So I've decided to use Try Booking because then they manage all of the transactional elements of booking a workshop with someone. And that way it keeps it safe for everybody else and me to make sure that it's all managed effectively and, ticket numbers and all those sorts of things can be controlled through that website. So for Camera Life podcast viewers, I've got a bit of a deal on offer.
Use code Justin. If you use code Justin, you'll save 90%.
No code Justin.
Oh.
90%. Wow.
Yeah, thanks. My code's a real potent.
Yeah, I bet. No wonder I haven't gone to Japan yet. Anyway, For Camera Life podcast viewers, many of which follow me on social media, which is amazing, and I've received amazing level of support and messages and well wishes and congratulations from my community, which is largely our community here. And it's been very humbling. I've had a lot of anxiety about this leading up to it, and I have to say, two people that I have to thank. First and foremost is Sasha, my partner. She's amazing and has supported me as I explore my craft, and but also she's been a huge, obviously a huge support through my recovery, through my neck surgery, and all that sort of stuff too. So love her to death, and amazing what she's done for me. And then you, Justin, you've been an amazing mentor and support. Yeah, you big dork. But no, you've been incredible support, and you've been encouraging. And I think the other day I was umming and ahhing about stuff, and you kind of said, "Look, you just got to do it. Just do it. What's the worst that can happen?"
Exactly.
And that really resonated with me. And I went, you know what? I know my stuff. I know what I'm doing. I've run workshops before. The difference is now that I'm asking people to support me financially to learn what it is that I do. And so here we are, folks.
And so how do the Camera Life people get their special deal?
Sorry, yes, I got sidetracked. So when you go to the booking, you can add code TLC, not for Tending Love Care, Tender Loving Care. It's for the Camera Life. TLC for the Camera Life. And 15% discount for anyone that makes a booking either on a group or a solo workshop for the month of August. And there's plenty of dates available, and there's 4 or 5 dates, I think, for August. It's Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. And also then the solos will be every second Saturday in the afternoon, all in the CBD at this stage. However, if you've got a small group and you want to do a different time, or you want to organize a special event, then you can just reach out to me, either, through my email or my socials, or on my website. There is a contact form in which you can make inquiries, and we can organize whatever it is that you think you might want. If you want to do something different with your group, go to the Docklands, or go to St Kilda, or whatever it may be. Always open to being flexible with that sort of stuff. But for now, these are the stock standards that I've put up. So yeah, there you go.
Love it. I think the one thing that you haven't mentioned too, so obviously there's two, I see this, there's two lots of people, or there's probably many types of people that would enjoy these workshops, but there's two. And the one that you haven't really spoken much about is the non-Melburnian.
Yes.
This is not just a street photography workshop for the non-Melburnian. This is a guide to Melbourne from someone that's been living in Melbourne for a very long time, knows about history, food, great places to visit. It's coffee. It's almost like a walking tour combined with street photography tour. That might even be great for someone who lives near Melbourne, but especially valuable for someone that's visiting Melbourne from, another city in Australia, or potentially even overseas. I think if we can figure out a way to get the word out in that way, it would be insane
absolutely.
for someone visiting Melbourne for a week to do this, to get like the lay of the land of the city, and what it's like, and where all the cool places to eat and drink and all that stuff are, and do some street photography and just get immersed in the culture of Melbourne. So that's the way
absolutely.
I see it.
And most of the routes that I've mapped, depending on the time of day, the light, all that sort of stuff, it takes you right through Melbourne CBD, around some of the art precinct of South Bank, North Bank of the river. You've got Fed Square. You've got a lot of historic buildings and architecture as backdrops, as well as having a cosmopolitan, bustling city right before your eyes. The other thing that I think this sort of workshop would be good for are people that are thinking of going overseas to a new destination for the first time, a big city, and they want to make the most of their photography there. And by taking on this sort of workshop. Practice at home. With this sort of workshop, I can run you through all the core elements of good street photography, but also, help you to define your style and break all of those rules. The beauty of street photography is that you just pretty much do it for you. You know, you might show images to friends, and we share images here, which is amazing, and we're a safe community. But more often than not, most of my street images people never see, because I just take a lot of pleasure in the process, in the mindfulness, the exploring the streets, the being out and about, upright on my feet, not sitting at home feeling sorry for myself for whatever reason. It's a really mindful exercise that has an artistic outcome to it. And I want to show other people how beneficial that can be, how great that can be for your overall photographic skills, regardless of what genre you shoot or what level you're at. If you've never shot street photography, or you've come back from a holiday and think, oh, really not happy with these images, and you want to elevate your game, then that's what this is for. So yeah,
very.
But that's
awesome.
That's what's happening. So if anyone's got any inquiries, please reach out. Let me know. All the information is there on gregcromie.blog, and that's obviously also my blog site, where I'll be putting regular updates about what I'm doing, what I've been doing, what's coming up for the street photography business. And and once again, just thank you to everyone. The support and praise has been overwhelmingly amazing. So thank you.
Love it. I won't read out everyone's comments, but there's lots of great comments in there.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, from everybody. Dennis says the website's super clear, awesome that it doesn't matter what the gear is, and everyone's just very, very positive. You can use code Justin to pay 10% more. Paul says, and,
he gets his cut.
Yeah, lots of great comments. But I won't read them all out because we need to keep on rolling because it's almost 9 o'clock.
It is almost 9 o'clock.
A heap more images to look through, plus my images, plus what's come out of the printer, plus my big news that no one's been able to guess yet.
We've run out of time for that now. Thank you, everybody. This has been the demo.
And good night. All right, let's do a couple more. We'll do a couple more images, but I'll throw out another hint. So why can't I get a camera converted yet? Can anyone guess? The hint is I'm going on a bucket list photography trip. Can you guess where it is? Okay. Should we have a look at an image? David Mascaro has sent one in.
Yeah, let's look at David's image. Let me just go back to the running sheet. So many Davids. You're right. There are a lot of Ds.
It was a very David heavy show, and D in general.
Lots of D love. Let's move on from that. So, hi guys. So my daughter and I did a road trip 2 weeks ago that started for her in Oregon, then to the Bay Area. Then we drove to Taos, Taos. Is that how you pronounce that one, do you think? Taos in New Mexico. And then back through Arizona and back up to the Bay Area. Wow, what a trip. That'd be amazing. This was a 10-day road trip total. Quick history here. I am of Salinan Indian descent, California Mission Indians. So Native Americans. Nothing as awesome as being Apache or Navajo, etc. Those are much bigger tribes with much more interesting history, but nonetheless very proud to be Native American. So my intent was that I would try and get as many portraits as I could have of other tribes people and their stories, but not so. I swear I never felt so guilty of carrying a camera onto a reservation, seeing how they lived, some stories I heard, and then to try and ask for portraits, I just couldn't do it. Long story short, the only portrait I did was of a cowboy in a coffee shop with his wife and a few of my daughter. Anyways, this was taken with the 68-year-old Nikon SP rangefinder and Tri-X. Wow. Gosh, that's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gosh, that's almost cinematic. Blah, 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 blah. No meter. So I just opened to 2.8 at 1/25 and hope for the best. You guys have a great show and take care. Thank you so much, David. And thank you so much for sharing more of your story with us. Really appreciate you sharing that and being brave and letting us know. But this image is just magic.
Yeah, that knowing that position that you were in and what that we can only try to imagine what that might have felt like. It would be so tough, and especially since of all people, you would be, you're a master of street portraits and getting to know people, but Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
I'm
that's a
glad you were
really
able
important
to-
distinction to decide to put your camera down, that now's not the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I think
Yeah,
that
if it
shows
doesn't
great
feel right,
maturity as an artist. Yeah.
if it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
But that's always a tough one to know whether does it not feel right, or am I, am I sort of in a position of being a bit scared? But
Yeah.
someone like David's got the experience to know the difference between those two different feelings, whereas sometimes I'm just worried about taking a photo and it's more of a just in my own head, rather than reading the situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that takes experience.
Yeah. Life experience.
Thanks, David.
Too.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Should we do
John
another?
Latimer? Yeah, let's do another. John Latimer. Hey guys, another week of traveling for events this week at Darling Harbour in Sydney. Was wandering the city looking to do some long exposure shots around the Maritime Museum of the tall ships, but shots were average, nothing special. Wandering back, feeling like I got nothing good for the night, came across this man busking. Unbelievably talented finger guitarist from Japan. Not a street photographer. So, see, if you did my workshop, you could. Anyway, not a street photographer. So, no real idea of what I was doing, but the photo holds strong memory of his playing. Yeah, that's great. Where was I? Makes me want to explore more street photography now. Do it. Have a great week.
Yeah, do it.
Stay safe. And thanks, everyone.
Yeah, it's a tough
shot.
one. It's a tough one as well without knowing what's around. There's some nice light on the ground behind him, which is good. It's hard to know if there might have been a better place to frame him. Like, he's framed reasonably well with the bright sort of surface of that pylon, but there are some sort of things. His head is a little bit lost, a little bit with the background. So yeah, I know it's tricky. It's one of those things I don't know how much you worked the scene walking around to try different angles, but that's what I always do, especially if it's a scene like this where street photographers are usually very happy, especially if you give them some money for performing, for you to take some photos and wander around it, especially if you give them a smile and, they'll nod that it's okay or whatever. It depends on the person. And then if you have that sort of unsaid permission, you would sort of move around. And like Lucinda's probably thinking what I was thinking, which is I would shoot from the other side so it's more open, and that's it. So you could get a bit more facial expression. You could see a bit more of the guitar, but it depends on what the background is when you move around, as to whether that would be, the background might have been worse. I don't know. Maybe you found the cleanest, nicest background because it is sort of has some nice warm light behind him over there. And without knowing the rest of the scene, who knows? Whoops, it's done it again. One thing I would do though, an easy one, something like this in the image, see these fairy lights, they'd be in or out for me. At the moment, they're just in, and there's one over here. If that was the only thing I had to deal with, I would crop them out. Otherwise, I would have changed my framing to maybe try and include them if I wanted them to be part of the image. But, but otherwise, great focus, nice soft background. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Wonderful.
shot.
Very cool. All right, let's talk about you, I suppose.
You want to do me? Let's do David Tarlington first because I've got him here ready, and then we'll do some me.
All right. Let's do Parabellum Collectibles, aka David Tarlington. Hey, Justin and Greg. This week I am submitting some older images that were taken on my Canon EOS 80D, and at the time used the Sigma 60-600, f4.5, 6.3 DG/OS HSM Sports. These images were taken at Sydney's Taronga Park Zoo, back in 2024. All images have various ISO and f-stop, as I was shooting more on the manual side with this unit. I've included the, as promised, boat shot for Justin. Imagine image taken in the fishing village of Ine, located 2 hours north from Kyoto. Look at that. That's very cool. Oh, what?
Yeah, gosh, that's cool.
That's so cool.
It's staring straight at you. It kind of looks unhappy. that you're there. Like
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, I'm going.
Yep. Sorry. Oh. Oh, that's a great shot. Look at that blown out background. That's cool.
Yeah, a big long lens, just obliterating everything. But yeah, that.
Look at that
Yeah,
look.
this big cat. That's pretty nuts. And actually, when I was looking through these, the other one that I thought was really cool, there was this one. The funny expression on that is just, I don't know, like goofy expression, and then this is a good.
Oh,
it's a good
that's
pose.
really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great set.
Cool.
And then this is the boat shot that he was talking about, because we were talking about the last week, and I was like, yeah, I want to see some. Oh, it's under again. I want to see some shots of the boats. And
and there it
did.
is. Amazing.
Very cool. But yeah, great shots.
Yeah, thanks, David. Another David. Oh my god.
I know. I told you. Told you. Yeah, apparently he was not happy. Launched at the fence later on. Yeah, that's. Dennis says it's a bogan tattoo. Yeah,
it really is. Right across the back.
Bali, you bring this into Bali, you're like, I want this on my chest.
Can you do it today?
Whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, do you have bintangs?
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk about you.
Yeah, so I've got a set of images from Lake Tyrrell. We'll have a look at some of those, and I'll just see if anyone's been able to guess yet. Dennis says Easter Island. No. Antarctica. Nathan said no. Germany? No. Space? No. India? No. Mars? No. Parabellum. Albury Wodonga bucket list. No. That was a good guess, though. No one so far. No one so far.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
I'll bring up some of my Lake
Let's look at
Tyrrell
some images.
So this is from last weekend. When was it last weekend? The weekend before? I don't know.
No, it was last weekend, wasn't it?
Last weekend. Yeah, it was going up to Hatta to photograph.
Yeah, it's the weekend before we had Leica.
That's right. Yeah. So stopped in at Lake Tyrrell, was there for, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half at sunrise, and took a set of images, whittled the images down to about 45, and then edited them lightly, and then cut it down to about 25, edited them properly, and then cut that down to what I think is a set of 10 or thereabouts, 11 images of what I thought of Lake Tyrrell, and I've got a couple of behind-the-scenes ones as well. So I'll just go through them.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, bonus points while everyone's trying to guess where I'm going. Bonus points if you can guess the camera. I use 3 cameras, each with one lens, however you want to look at that, to take these photos. Bonus points if anyone can guess those.
Oh, that's cool. Bravo.
It's a pretty beautiful lake. But, as I said, had more water in it than normal, so I'm led to believe.
Wow. Is that a fish?
That's a bit of wood.
Oh, it looks like a dead eel.
It's driftwood.
I don't know what's in Lake Tyrrell. Maybe there's giant eels. Who knows? I love the color, the gold. And that contrasting blue in the clouds is magic. Oh.
Yeah, it was weird. Oh, it's done it again. It was a dreary kind of a morning, but there was sort of good color around. Yeah, you just had to keep moving and keep looking as the sun sort of changed as it rose. Look, it's fun. There's a lot of people saying, "Did you find the abandoned bus? Did you shoot the grader?" No, I didn't find nothing like that. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't go anywhere. I'll show you in a second behind the scenes where I went. So this is sort of right near the lake. I don't know what this normally looks like when it's less rainy, but I found it really interesting that these sort of running into the lake, and there was these little sort of deserty type plants with beautiful, vibrant colors. But then it almost was like this looked like a microcosm of the lake itself with its little
Yeah, it
arms and
does.
inlets and islands and things. I just thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, and I love the contrasting colors too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. Is that from the drone?
Yes.
How high up was that?
Off the top of my head, 80 to 100 meters. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah. I love the color, that gold.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just magic. Oh, wow. Oh, Joe, that's gorgeous. Print it.
Print it. And then that's the last one
Yeah.
of the set.
Oh, that's
And
great. It's
so-
definitely a theme that runs through all of them
Ooh,
with
what
that
thing?
golden
bit.
and blue light. There's kind of a softness. There's a softness, but also an energy. Like the blue brings softness, and the golden light brings more of an energy to the image. I think it's just wonderful. The contrast is gorgeous.
So
Oh,
this
wow.
is a shot. This is a shot from the drone looking back at where I was shooting. There's another one of these as well. I'll enhance. That's my van.
Oh, wow.
So that's where I was flying the drone from. You drive in from here, and then this is a sort of a firmer road that runs down to that Lake Tyrrell sign that everyone gets photos with over here.
Oh, okay.
And then this is like a foot walkway down here, and that's where that shot of the bridge over
curved
the water,
walkway.
the curved walkway was taken. But I think there's this road here. Actually, I've got a different angle of it. Where is it? See here, that's the curved walkway, the made road that goes to the Lake Tyrrell sign. But then on the left of that, there's a track that you could go further around the lake, but it was like proper mud all the way along. And you had to link through from one of these tracks, and there's no way my van was going to get through there. So I don't know
How
if
did it
anyone
go
knows.
otherwise?
The van?
The van, yeah.
Oh, loves it. I just know where to
Know
bow
its
out
limits.
and when to push it.
Yeah.
You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Yeah.
And then final behind the scenes shot. Yeah, that's kind of like what Lake Tyrrell was.
Wow.
So yeah, let's see what photo come out of the printer.
Oh, yeah. Guesses are still coming in. Tasmania, Iceland, Patagonia, Kenya, safari in Africa from Maya Hall. Lucinda saying you're going to Cannon. Oh, that's great.
Printed that one out. Looks a bit.
How'd that turn out? No smudges or lines?
No smudges. No smudges.
That's
It
good.
actually looks pretty good. Good job, Canon. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Amazing. Well done. The guesses go on. Scotland, Galapagos.
No.
Someone called you a rookie. Oh, Nathan, cheeky boy.
Standard. Mungo.
Yeah. And lots of love here. Yeah, Mungo is in there. But also lots of love for your images. Fantastic images, great shots.
Philip Johnson says, "Good job, Justin. We'll make a landscape photographer out of you."
Really great shots there, Justin. Oh, hang on, I'm not even bringing these up for people. Really great shots there, Justin, and some very different aspects, point of views, and those colors that most people wouldn't go for.
That's what I mean. You'll notice in there. So just to give you a bit more background on why I decided to shoot the way that I did. Obviously, lots of people have taken photos there. People that have better knowledge of the area. And have been there on more amazing mornings. And so I always like to look at what could I maybe see differently. That's why you'll notice there's no Lake Tyrrell sign photo and that sort of stuff. It's just not, it's one of those things that I'm like, that's not what I was there for.
Yeah.
So I tried to find some stuff that maybe go a little bit more unseen, but then there's obviously plenty of sort of normal Lake Tyrrell type stuff in there too.
Yeah. So you mentioned the gear. You had your drone. What drone did you use?
DJI Mavic 3 Classic, just the standard one. The normal one. I'd love to have better image quality, but I don't use it enough to justify an upgrade. It's fine. Those shots are good. They're just not super high resolution like the Mavic 4 is, but they're fine.
Yep.
It is fun to do that sort of stuff with it, but I don't do that often. I use it more for video than anything. Most of those shots are with the Q3, the Leica Q3. And then one of them, there was a lot more, but I culled them down. One of them was with the Canon R3 with the 7200. I did a lot more shots with the 7200, but I like trimming them down. I was actually going to show you guys like my trimming down process because there was tons of more like variety of shots that were different to what I showed there, but they were not different enough that they added anything to the story.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah. Really
Good
working on that. Trimming down a photo set to make sure there's actually some relevance for that photo to be in there. Is it actually adding something or is it just more of the same? More guesses coming in. Aerial photography over Exmouth, Ningaloo. No, that sounds amazing though.
It does.
Japan? No. I'd have to take Greg.
Richard Mayer wants to know if you're going to Frankston.
Frankston? No. All right. So where am I going?
Where are you going, Justin?
I'm going to Kruger National Park in South Africa on a wildlife safari. Yay! Oh, where's a button?
Yay.
A button for that?
Yeah.
Last minute opportunity to.
It's not a vacay, is it?
No. Well, it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool, but I will be working a bit. I'm going to be filming a wildlife photography tour for the one and only Mr. Matt Crummins. So I'll be taking all my gear to film, and it meant I had to buy another lens that I've wanted to buy for a long time, and now I have an excuse
another 50
for it.
mil? Was it a 50?
Not another 50 mil. The Canon 100 to 500, and it does that.
You did it.
I did. Well, I kind of need it. There's going to be freaking lions and shit.
Yeah.
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 Dennis says, are you going with Crummins? I am. Dennis, I'm going with Crummins. I depart in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was
don't forget your
very
shots.
last minute. Yeah. I did. I negotiated down. I got one shot today. They recommended 6 shots. I said, you can give me one. Which ones? If you could only give me one, which would it be? He was like, oh, that's not how we normally do this. I was like, well,
you've never met me before.
Yeah. I was like, which one is really important? He's like, this one. I'm like, all right, hit me.
Yeah. Let's roll the dice, baby.
It was fun to see him have to decide. It was actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, because he was like, oh no, they're all important for different reasons. You never know what's going to happen. Anyway. Oh dear.
But you're going to go back for the rest, yeah?
What? No.
The rest of the shots.
No.
That's it.
No.
You're just going to roll the dice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to a lot of countries without the shots, but there was one. I can't remember which one it was. One that's like, it's like you don't really want to get this kind of one. I'm like, yeah, like I don't want to die, so give me that one.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
I'd rather not die.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's amazing. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. That's huge.
I'm excited. I'm sure it'll be a bit of work. I'm sure it'll be really awesome. It's going to be a long flight over and a long flight back, but it's going to be cool.
And I think it's really sweet that even after 327 other videographers said no to Matt, that he still came to you.
He told me I was only number 196 on his list.
Oh, that's not what I heard.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well. That's a good point. Maya Hall wants to know, will Greg have a Fuji News time limit per episode while I'm away? That's actually a great point. I will be away. I won't be on the podcast at all while I'm away, so we'll have to come up with a plan for that. Maybe we'll see if we can rope in some co-hosts to stop you from just
sort something out.
Talking about Fujifilm for 2.5 hours.
I'm very measured. No one, you didn't answer. You didn't back me up there. Anyway, tell me about your lens. What
Philip Johnson hit the nail on the head. That's a lens you can take to the zombie apocalypse. Exactly. You can hide in the bushes and take photos from a long way away. And then if they get too close, you zoom it out and hit them on the head with it.
So it's what did you say it was?
Canon
200 to 500?
No, 100 to 500 hour lens. I've got to decide. I'll have to wait and see how my my luggage allowance ends up, but I've got to decide whether I take my 70 to 200 2.0 as well. It kind of seems like a lot of crossover, but apparently a lot of the shots are in that range. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, bye, Dan. Good to see you. Get some sleep,
mate. Yep. And what's the aperture range on that one?
4.5 to, I think it's actually ends up at like 7.1 or whatever by 500. So it does get pretty dark by the end of it, but it'll be fine. The handy thing is with, for what, like obviously I want to take some photos and stuff while I'm there too, but for video particularly, you can let a lot more light in because you're usually using a much slower shutter speed. If you're using a normal frame rate, you might be shooting at a 50th, and if you're shooting slow motion, you might be shooting at a 200th of a second. So you can let in a lot more light than you can with, you're trying to freeze action as a photographer. So,
Wow, that's amazing.
It's going to be fun.
Well, I think you should keep us up to date on what your process is around choosing the right gear to take. Even though I know I give you a lot of grief for taking everything always, but you've been getting better lately, and it'd be great to hear your process on your thought process and your decision making on what you do take and what you don't and why. And then after the fact, what worked and what didn't. I think that'd be really cool.
Well, Lucinda said here, what's the gear packing list look like? Maybe because this show's getting long. We still get a few more people to look at photos of. Let's maybe I'll do that next week. I'll have my list. I'll talk to you about what I'm taking, what I'm not taking, and what I would cut if I absolutely had to, kind of thing. I have a bit of a philosophy on backups, duplicates and backups, and the way that I do that. Because that's the thing, as I'm not just going for fun. I do have to produce something, so there's got to be backups.
Yeah, it's a working trip.
Yeah,
you've got a client, and even though he's a mate, he still needs you to do a job because it helps him with his business.
Exactly.
Well, maybe one day, when my budget allows, I'll fly you down to Melbourne, and you can do it. You can do a behind the scenes ad for me.
Yeah,
video.
Absolutely. With this 100 to 500.
Yeah, with that. Yeah.
I'll be two blocks over while you
absolutely.
do it.
I think
and
no
one will know that I'm getting shots of you guys.
No one will have any
I'll be
idea.
in like a camo
I won't even
outfit.
know.
You won't even know. You won't know.
Yeah.
Great.
That'd be cool.
All right, let's go through some. Let's go through the last of these photos. There's still quite a few.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. We're up with Philip Johnson.
We are. Phil Johnson, there he is right here.
All right. Greetings, Justin and Greg. Back to tree bark. The Philip Johnson effect, I call it. Quite often, I can sit for ages in front of a tree, finding patterns in the bark, and my favorites are squibby gums. Is that how you say that? Squibby gums. Because the pattern or is it squibbly gums?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought it was squibbly last time, but I don't know.
Anyway, because of the patterns in the gums, wet, damp weather is the best for colors. In this sample, I picked up abstract patterns that remind me of Picasso patterns. Add a little painterly processing, and this is what you get. In this image, I used Adobe Photoshop and Topaz Viveza. I was traveling light on this occasion using a Sony 6400 APS-C crop sensor camera with a Sony 70 to 200 2.8 Mark II, and the settings he said were attached to the image.
Yeah, there was a screenshot for those, but
yeah,
where are they? I don't want to take the photo down. They're on a photo.
It is so abstract though, isn't it? When you sort of step back from it being a tree bark and you look at it like a flat pane, almost like a painting, like you said, it becomes, it becomes expressionism, and
it does. It has that Picasso thing. Yeah,
it's beautiful, Philip. Print it, easy, done.
Yeah, really love it.
Yeah.
Apparently, bees make lovely honey from them as well.
There you go.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
It's, really nice colors too. Rich.
Yeah. And such a wonderful project that, anyone can learn from. Just wander your neighborhood. I mean, I live in the city and, inner city. And I went out and had a crack at it after seeing some of Philip's images on the show one night. And it's just lovely. You just become so mindful about studying this tree, this bark, and looking for the detail and the texture. It's quite interesting because we just walk past that stuff, And I think that's one of the powers of photography, to help people see what they don't see, or can't see, or won't see.
And the cool thing is you can play with your compositions in camera and experiment on the spot for hours if you want to. You can frame it slightly differently. You can exclude this squibble and include this spot. And you know what I mean? Like, you can really play with what you're putting on into your image. I think it's great.
Yeah, and it's a good study in framing too, this shot, because there's obviously a lot going on. There's some subtle stuff, there's some deep marks, there's color, there's texture, and I imagine that he had quite a space to work with, and he chose this particular frame. I think that's really interesting.
It's interesting as well after talking to Jerry Guionis on Thursday. It's almost like if this was the face on the whoops, I've changed images again.
What are you doing?
On the right hand side is almost like the shadow side of the face, the short side, you would call it, which is normally when you light a portrait, you light from the front, the face is beautifully lit, but then you have a shadow side. And the way that this color is on the tree is just like that. It's really interesting.
It is. Yeah. Amazing.
Awesome.
A couple of quick comments here from Phil Thompson's very art gallery stuff. Philip, I agree. Love that look. What else we got here? And then Philip has chimed in again with, great if you have mobility issues and unique trees. Absolutely. You don't have to travel far. Very cool. Amazing stuff, Philip. Thank you, as always.
Yeah, thanks, Philip.
Let's look at Neville's work next. Nev Clark from WA. This photo was taken on the weekend. I was walking back from a shoot, having captured some wave photography, and I saw this beautiful pattern in the sand. So I got down a little bit lower, and I've just accentuated the texture and clarity in editing to bring out this pattern. This was shot with a Leica Q328. This is why I'm loving this camera, is that it just lives on my wrist when I'm walking around. Yeah, that's the way to do it, mate. Settings include f8, ISO 400, and 1/60th of a second. The location was the conspicuous cliffs at Walpole, Western Australia. Amazing work, Nev.
Cliffs. Great shot. That Q3 is a beauty.
But it's a really interesting composition because he's pushed his horizon really high into the frame, just to give that space for that texture to really stand out and lead you to the horizon. It's very cool.
Yeah, I've just made it bigger on my screen. It's definitely like it just sucks you right in. The texture's quite
60
cool.
megapixels, baby.
That's right. It is nice.
Let's move along to the next one. There we go. Is it John Hall? It is John Hall. Hey, Justin, Greg, and everyone. Way behind on editing at the moment, so another older image tonight. We don't mind at all. We're heading up to Newcastle on the weekend, so I thought I'd share an image from one of our last trips last year. I'm so sorry, it's happening again. This was taken at Newcastle Baths, a very popular spot for photography. Oh, it's a clean shot, isn't it? Beautiful clean lines. Taken late on a winter's afternoon as the sun had already dropped below the building behind me. There was just a hint of the last of the sun creeping around the edge of the building, which happened to catch the couple on the left in a golden light. I also liked the juxtaposition of the couple in the warm sunlight and the lone figure in the cold, staring out to sea. Yeah.
This is one of those classic seaside street photography scenes that that you see in books and stuff. That just, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's remarkable. I love it. This was shot with a Nikon D7500. 18 to 300 again. 18 mil. 1/200th of a second. F8 ISO 100. Cheers, John. Nice work, John.
Now, the colors are beautiful. Pastel-y, but I would love to see it in black and white too. And maybe you probably tried it. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it didn't work. Maybe it did. I don't know. But yeah, I'd love to see what it looks like in black and white. I think with that light on the couple, they would pop. I think there'd be really cool highlights along the stairs in black and white. There'd be some depth in the water, in the pool.
Yep.
Whether you would lose the lone figure, I don't know. It'd just be cool to try.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you did. So I'd love to know what you thought. But the colors are also beautiful. The green is so soft, and I don't know.
And just the
It'd be hard to
sky, like,
yeah,
that transition between gold and blue. The other thing that I'd be interested to see is whether a longer exposure would smooth out that water to replicate what the sky is showing. You know what I mean? Like, I love the tech. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a great shot. I love the way it is, but I just wonder how that would change the feel of the image.
But then you would potentially lose. You'd potentially lose the figures, because if
they're moving,
you'd definitely play with it. But also, you never know how long you get to take a photo like this as well.
Yeah. No, a great shot.
Epic shot. Yeah,
all right,
really,
moving
really
along.
Just quickly, Doozle Dumbler 5393 says, "What's the big news again?" Greg is going to be running street photography workshops in Melbourne. So if you're in Melbourne or you're visiting Melbourne and you want to see the city, learn a little bit about street photography, learn a bit about Melbourne, find the greatest coffee in the whole world, go to gregcromie.blog. Check those out.
Yeah.
And my big news is I'm going on an African wildlife safari in about 11, 12 days.
Yep.
So that's that.
Yep. Nice. Oh, and John Hall's dropped a comment.
Yeah, tried black and white, felt there wasn't enough contrast. Okay. And that's a good point. Yeah, maybe it is a bit too grey. Took a while to get the colour to where I was happy. Couldn't take a longer exposure as I didn't have a tripod with me. Yeah, totally get it. It's epic shot.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong. I love black and white. So I always get sucked into like street photography, black and white. Doozle Dumblers in Melbourne. Well, go to gregcromie.blog and learn a bit about street photography.
Indeed.
All right.
Indeed. Phil Thompson's next.
Phil Thompson is next.
He's always got a delight for us. Hi, Justin and Greg. Oh, something different. Attached to my photos for this week, these are shots of one of the ice sculptors that they have displaying their talents each night at the Winterglow Festival. I'm sorry, folks. I can't control it. At the Winterglow Festival.
Make this show shorter.
I know. Or earlier. At the Winterglow Festival at Adventure Park, which is at Wellington between Geelong and Ocean Grove. Amazing. This was last Friday evening, and the theme was Nemo and Friends. It is quite incredible to watch them as they skillfully chainsaw, carve, file, and chip away at the 3 blocks of ice stacked on top of each other to create the various themed figures. Themes, figures, characters, and logos, all well inside of a 2-hour window. Yeah, these are great. Look at that bokeh in the background. For a bit of fun and laughter, sometimes they will direct the filing sprays towards some of the children and adults too. As always, shot on the Pentax K1 Mark II lens with a Pentax 70 to 200. Shutter speed 1/60th of a second, 1/100th of a second. Aperture f5.6. ISO 6400 on all images. As always, thank you so much for your podcast, the greatest guests that you have, and the community that you've created for us as photographers to learn from and to show some of our work. Oh, it's our pleasure. Our absolute pleasure.
Phil.
Thanks, Phil Thompson.
This one's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
He's going on his glasses and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of motion in there too.
Yeah. That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd be stoked with these. Epic. Great colours, everything. Just clean, crisp, professional work.
Yeah. Yeah. And great lighting control too, Phil.
Yeah.
You've got nice blacked out backgrounds, so you can get the contrast of the ice. You've got he's really well lit. Obviously, there's a lot of lighting in the venue, but still, sometimes they can be the hardest things to photograph because you don't have control over lighting.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Who we got
Lisa
next?
Leach.
Lisa Leach. Hi, Justin and Greg. Please see attached my freshly edited first draft image for this evening's podcast. Having recently moved house, I'm exploring a whole new area with the Nikon Z7 Mark II. Whilst taking the dogs out for a walk in the nearby woodland, the light inspired me to return the following morning with the camera. The light was not quite as captivating the following morning, but this will inspire me to keep on returning. Settings ISO 100, 43mm at f13, 1/10 of a second. Wow. My apologies for my absence from the live podcast last Monday. How dare you? A migraine got the better of me. Will a stat deck suffice, or do I need a medical certificate? We'll take it. Look, first time.
Yeah, no medical certificate required.
Yeah, not for the first time, but after that, we'll have to have a chat. Kindest regards to you both and all the chat crew, Lisa. Thanks, Lisa. I love this concept of something inspired me, so I returned. It wasn't quite right, so I'm going to come back again.
Yeah.
That's such a lovely story, isn't it, of exploration and hunting light, especially, in a newly found area that you've just moved to. Like, what better way to discover your surroundings than get out with a camera?
And I like the way you've really sort of honed in on trees and the characters of trees.
Yeah.
And trying to sort of even, I don't know what the right word would be, find scenes where there's a story in there with the trees, or personified a little bit. I think it's a great pursuit, a good theme to run through your work, and it can run through your work even when you're not on, some bucket list photography trip or whatever.
Yeah.
You can always find a beautiful location with beautiful trees to keep pursuing that theme.
Yeah. Amazing. Lovely.
Nathan, we're almost there. So we're now into the last minutes, the late entries.
This is a late entry. Nathan even goes on to say, last minute throw in. Good on you, Nathan. I spent last week up in outback New South Wales in Lightning Ridge, home of the Black Opal, for a mural project with Australian painter John Murray. Well. Look at you. Other than being up there to document the mural project, I was there to contribute to an ongoing project I've been working on for the last 5 years. I know I'm only meant to show one photo, but I have added 3 photos from different spots around Lightning Ridge and the Grawin, Grawin, opal fields, and one from the drive up taken in Parks, the Shepherd Inn. Oh, and I forgot to say, we won the meat tray at the Shepherd's Inn on Friday night and cooked our winnings in the van for dinner. Nice. Oh, that's such a great Aussie story.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is the Sheepyard Inn, this one here. Yeah, well done managing to snag the meat tray. That's very Aussie.
Yeah.
And this is a great shot of the Parks dish as well.
It is.
Just having it nestled amongst the trees there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, you don't normally see it shot from that angle.
No, exactly, and that's
so
one
people
of those
struggled
things. But if everyone shot it from the front, find a different way to tell that story. I love it.
Yeah, I love that too.
Yeah, thanks for sending those in.
Yeah,
and
thanks, Nathan.
Our last was from Jason. Jason Hannigan said, "If tonight's theme is Bellarine Peninsula." And sent these ones in. This is a set of 3, just to continue the
more
theme.
pylons.
Oh, I like that.
Oh wow, that's moody. Hey.
Yeah, it might be. It's probably hard for you to see on there, because it is dark. Gosh, this would look cool printed. But that the light on the lighthouse and then on the cloud.
Yeah,
balancing
a little bit of the surf. Is that the surf on the right? That horizon line?
Yeah, so this
is like
is
a little bit of white surf. Yeah,
bit of surf. But then through here, there is. Oh, it's done it again. I have to figure out this software. But yeah, you can see detail coming down from the lighthouse and rocks and stuff. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. And then this is the last one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, higher contrast.
Oh, gosh, that's timeless, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, I really like that one too.
Yeah. Where's Rodney when we need him? He's not in the chat tonight.
Yeah. He's missed the theme.
Yeah, it's his domain. That's incredible.
Yeah. I think this one's my favorite out of those three. This one's yeah, just that big cloud just floating around over there, offsetting the lighthouse. Yeah.
Great editing.
Yeah.
Really working an image.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, taking it beyond,
mood,
beyond just a standard edit to something where you're really sort of putting your stamp on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Gorgeous.
Epic.
I thought we had some shots from. Sorry. He's so excited. You're pushing buttons everywhere.
I didn't mean to press that. My fingers slipped. I was just getting it ready.
I was just going to say, I thought I sent through some images from Peter. The infrared images.
Where?
There was a collection of them. They were all filmed.
On an email?
No, that's okay. We'll cover them next week.
Oh, well,
it's already late.
Yeah. I hope
Sorry, Peter.
Mind. Well, I'll I can't see them here.
That's right. I'll shoot it through.
We'll track them down, and we can kick them off. Kick next week's show off with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see them.
Yeah. That's okay. I'll send it. Maybe I didn't send it. I'm sure I forwarded the email and said, there's a few images, but maybe if you choose your two favorites or something. That's okay. You never respond to my emails. Yeah, so when do we get anything done? All I can say is thank God for Yelena. That's all I can say right now.
She keeps everything.
She does.
On track.
Amazing. Look, everyone, thank you so much for sending in your work. It takes bravery to put yourself out there. And yes, we create a safe community here and everyone's wonderful, but it's still a big deal for some people. So we thank you for sending in your images. Continue to do so. And if you're new here and you're watching, you think, oh, maybe I should send something in, then do. We do this every week on a Monday evening, 7:30 p.m. is the Random Photography Show. And then every Thursday, we have a 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time at the moment. At 9 a.m. every Thursday, we have an interview with an amazing photographer. Last week, we had Jerry Gionis. Did I get it right then?
Yep.
And coming up this week, we've got none other than Steve Parish. Just a couple of names we had kicking around, and we thought we'd invite them on, and here they come. So, yeah, send in your images. Send them to justin@luckystraps.com.au. And if you can name the image file your name, it just helps out a lot for Justin. He can't handle too many things at once. So, it's best if we just keep it simple for him.
I found it, Greg, but yeah, I can't. Yeah, we'll
do it next week. Yeah.
I was going to say, where is he? Sorry, Pete. We'll do it next week. Greg did send them to me, so don't blame Greg. I think because of the way that I filtered them today to sort them out, it went into Greg's other stuff that he sends me. So sorry.
Yeah, the stuff that he doesn't reply to.
Right.
But yeah, send in your image. If send in one or two. If you've got a short series, like we've seen a couple of them here tonight with a theme, then send in a few more. Let us know what camera, what lens, what your settings were, but also what was your experience in taking that shot. And if you are new here and you're listening or watching along, please give us a like. It helps us out a lot. It lets other people just like you and me and Justin, some of them, know about the Camera Life podcast. But also subscribe, costs you nothing, helps us out a great deal, and tickle the bell icon because that way you'll get notified of every episode as it is about to go live on the YouTubes. And we've also got some amazing BFOP, that's the Bright Festival of Photography workshop, instructor, spotlight series interviews coming up soon on the Camera Life. So stay tuned for that as well, where you'll get to hear the goss on every workshop instructor for this year's BFOP.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Very cool.
All Indeed.
Right. Shall we?
Well, I think congratulations are in order.
For you.
For everybody. No, for everyone. For you. For nailing that job. Getting such a cool gig. Africa, Justin.
Africa.
And thank you to everyone who sent in amazing images. People are out and about with their cameras, and that's why we do what we do.
Yeah,
So
thanks,
thank
guys.
you. Yeah,
Cracking show. Cracking
Indeed.
show. Looking
Time
forward
for
to
bed,
next
though.
week. It is. Yeah,
It
I got
is.
to get up at 5 a.m. Okay, let's do the thing.
all right.
Philip Johnson, thank you. He says, looking forward to Steve Parish. Yeah, so are we.
Yeah.
Thanks, John Pickett. Robert Varner, I'd like to take a photo, but my camera has a restraining order on me. Oh, that's no good.
Jesus.
Tin Type Man,
Yikes.
good night. Phil Thompson's, once again, thanks for a wonderful show. Fantastic news for you, Greg and Justin. Well, thank you. Shamit
thanks,
Shah says, thank you all. Great show. Greg Carrick, good session. Parabellum says, great show, lads. Thanks for another amazing outlet and useful information. Great shots, everyone, from David Skinner. Thanks, Tweak. Sorry I missed your photos, Peter. I'm a goose. Next week, for sure.
Next week. We'll get
Paul,
them out.
thank you. Jason, good to see you. Crackers. Phil Thompson's. Oh, yeah. Everybody. Doozle Dumbler. Nev Clark. Who else? John and Maya. Good to see us.
Yeah.
The Gaz. Everybody. Rick Nelson. Everybody was here. It's a party.
Yeah, it
See
was
you
a
next
party.
week.
Thanks, guys. Be safe.